Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dear KB. I am your host, Kristen Brown, and I am here to answer you, the subscribers' questions. And today I have a question from one of my subscribers that goes like this. I'm entertaining this guy for almost a month now, and he keeps changing his attitude. Sometimes he's sweet, and sometimes he's insensitive and hurtful. I blocked him several times, but he doesn't want to leave me alone. Should I cut him off already? Like, totally. I think that I'm hearing that to mean like 100% cut him off. So I am really looking forward to diving into this topic today because it is something that many, many, many of us deal with, especially if we are recovering people pleasers. We're the earth angels, the lovers and the givers. We're the HSP, the highly sensitive people. And typically we are really great at reading energy. So we're just always exuding some feelings of love, compassion, empathy, understanding. And even though we're being treated a particular way, we tend to still have a lot of empathy and compassion for what a person is going through or what led them up to this type of behavior. But there's also another piece of this that's involved. And I can't wait to break down this topic for you guys because there's many things that I want to list here. People might think this is a yes or no answer. And, it can be. Yes, it can be. But I'm not here to tell you guys what to do. What I'm here is to encourage you to trust yourself. So what I do is give information to you guys, and then you get to process through about what is right and true for you. Because my main goal is to help you reclaim your personal power, which means you already had it. You're just getting it back. So when we just listen to what other people are telling us to do, that's not reclaiming our personal power. We're actually just being sort of automatons being led and being followers. The key is to return back into your sacred self, into your strength, and make those decisions for yourself. So I'm going to deliver you some very, very pertinent information on this topic so that you hopefully will by the end of this video, you'll be like, I know exactly what to do. But first, if you haven't yet, or you're new here, please subscribe and turn on notifications. So the first thing I'm going to say is that there's a quote by the beloved Maya Angelou, rest in peace, she's passed away now, where she says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And that's kind of obvious what that means. It means if somebody is showing you this crazy type of behavior or disrespectful, unruly, dishonorable, abusive, whatever type of behavior it'll be, stop thinking that they're going to change. This is it. This is what you're getting. So it's really important to not make excuses for them in your head. Don't be in denial about it. Sit with the truth and honesty of what exactly you're seeing. You are seeing what you're seeing. You're not making it up and you're not crazy. All right. If you're feeling some kind of way inside yourself, because we are often alerted by the emotional guidance system when something's not right, if you are being alerted, then that is for you to trust that that's not nice. That's very hurtful. That's insensitive. That's mean. That's rude. That's unkind, whatever it might be. Okay. Learn to trust what you are feeling, because oftentimes we bring it to our person and then they try to talk us out of it. And in the early stages of recovering people pleasing, we can be easily talked out of it because we're not yet sure about who we are. So the first thing is to believe what you are seeing. Okay. You are seeing that. You're not crazy. The second thing to ask yourself is this how I want to be treated? Do you want a person who treats you like this? Now, this is not just for now. We're trying to hook up with people for long term, right? That's what we're looking for. We're a species that likes to be connected, and we want to have that one person that is typically what we are all looking for. So when you are with someone like this, you have to ask yourself, how am I going to feel about this in 20 years? How am I going to feel when I have a mortgage and 3 kids or a bunch of bills or whatever it might be in 20 years? Meaning, when I feel like I don't have the freedom to leave, how's that going to feel for me? Okay. Because a lot of times people ignore these things that are coming up because they're so needy and desperate inside to have somebody in their life that they just kind of shoo away this stuff. And it's really super important, you guys, that you go within and you look at the long term here. Because by accepting these scraps, you are literally saying to the universe, there's nothing better. I have to accept these scraps because this is as good as it's going to get. What if it is possible that there is somebody that is 10,000 times more kinder, treats you better, honors you, respects you, loves you? Okay. Now, this isn't a matter of, is it out there? The universe is abundant. Okay. But by focusing only on this one person, it's like you are telling the universe that you're forgetting the abundance that is available to you. The other thing that I want to say is I always have this test for myself anytime that I am getting treated some type of way from somebody. I ask myself, this person who's doing whatever they're doing, I will say to myself, would this be okay with me if this was done to my mother, a sister? I don't have sisters, I only have brothers, but a best friend, my daughters, my son. Would this behavior be okay with me if I was watching it happen to someone I love? This is a massive perception shifter. When you look at that and you're like, yeah, that would not be okay with me if I was watching that happen from afar, then it can't be okay with you. Okay. Before we're really like in tune with ourselves and really truly loving and respecting ourselves, when we're returning back to our sacred self, then it's helpful to look outside of ourselves and say, would that be okay out there? If it's not okay out there, it should not be okay in here, period. That's a slam dunk. What concerns me the most about this is you claimed that you had been dating him for almost a month. I mean, we're talking 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks that you've been into this, and this person is already being hurtful and insensitive to you. Now, that I need to explain that so that you guys completely understand. What that means is many times when we're first starting to date somebody, everybody's on their best behavior. So what I'm seeing is that this is his best behavior 3 weeks in. Yikes. What's going to happen later? Okay, if this is best behavior, how's it going to be in 6 months from now? Because he's already being hurtful and insensitive to you. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you've already had to block him. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I don't block easily. It's not someone like block here, block there, block here, block there. I don't, someone's got to really be kind of an a-hole for me to block them. All right, so I don't know how old you are. I don't know if this is what you do in your generation, like you just block constantly people. In my generation, is a block is a block. It's like, you're done. Okay. You said to me, I've already had to block him several times. Should I cut him off completely? Well, if you've had to block somebody, that is a massive indicator that you are with somebody that is unhealthy and who's, quite frankly, already not treating you with respect, honor, protection. Okay. This person is not treating you the way that you are wanting to be treated. So I know I said I wouldn't give advice in this, but man, I'm getting fired up as I'm talking about it. I would say this: cut your losses now and move on. The other thing is this, is if this person is merely reacting this way because they are wounded themselves, then they are not going to be motivated to change and to reach higher into themselves and to heal themselves and become a better person if you're sticking around. Okay, for people to be motivated to change, they need something that is kind of in your face, like, you're blocked, I'm done, leave me alone. Do you see what I'm saying? And either that person will go, wow, I can't deny this anymore. This is who I am. I really need to start to get some help, because if enough people do that to them, they will have no choice but to look at themselves. But when we stay in it, these people pleasers that we are, I've done it a million times back in my youth, where I stayed in things for far too long because I felt sorry for the guy or whatever. And this is not gender specific. If anybody's listening to this, it's a male. This can be females too. Like, this is not gender specific here. But for me, it was males. And I would stay far too long with dysfunctional and unhealthy people because I felt sorry for them. So it's really important that you understand that you are doing them a disservice as well, because chances are this person has been very enabled in their life, and they're really not even conscious of how hurtful that they can be. So I hope you got a lot from this today. I hope you got a lot of food for thought and you're really thinking about this and you're willing to put yourself first, because that's what this boils down to. There's one last thought I was just thinking of, and that is this: if you are, the outside world mirrors back to us how we feel and treat ourselves. So I'm going to ask you, where are you being hurtful, and insensitive to yourself, because our relationships mirror how we treat ourselves. So if you want to quit this pattern for good of attracting this type of partner, then I would say to go within and to ask yourself, where am I being hurtful and insensitive to me? You clean that stuff up, you will stop that coming into your life. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. If you really enjoyed this, I super hope that you comment below, give me a like, a thumbs up, share with someone you love. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications. All right, till next time, everybody, much love. Mwah. Peace.